Brought to you by Lister Pros TV, streaming from Tempe, Arizona. And we're live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Difference either.
Hey guys, Jordan Nielsen here, host of Real Estate Pros on Lister Pros TV. Today we're in our Tempe studio with Ben Leeson. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day and joining me on Real Estate Pros.
It took a few months, but great to be here.
See, I've been trying to chase you down for a few years.
I'm a hard
Show's
guy
been going on. I think 2 years. It's almost 2 years. It's
I'm a
almost
hard guy to
been
chase
2 years.
down.
Yeah. So awesome. Really appreciate you taking time and coming out here. So we'll let you introduce yourself. For those that don't know who you are, we'll let you just give a couple minutes.
Hi, Ben Leeson, Arizona Experience Realty. We've been in business for probably 25 years, working all over the valley, a combination of new builds, on-site sales, typical agent duties.
Mm-hmm. And one thing that sticks out to me when I think about you and your group that you always put on, because you guys basically, I remember because we went out for like an interview before you actually were considering even bringing us on as kind of a partner to help market. And it really showed how much you care about the presentation of the product that you sell, your listings. And so when we're going in to shoot properties for you guys, it literally, they look like new builds. You know, they're very
we should get a better rate.
Nicely staging. What?
We
should
get a better
rate.
Yeah.
See, we can use your photos to, display, for our marketing purposes as well. But you guys do a great job.
Thank you.
Marketing and going above and beyond, making sure the presentation of the product is good.
Yeah, that's the biggest key. Our team's phenomenal. TJ, Lacey, Michelle, Vicky, we all work close together. And it's kind of a mindset change of years ago. Mm-hmm. Which people still question me. I actually interview our sellers and see if it's a good fit for us. So if you want to list with us, this is what's required. We want our home to look like this, X, Y, Z. We're having people painting, epoxying garage floors, professional landscape trim, and not only they get $1.50 back for every dollar they spend, then they get a deal in 2 days. You're not setting the market for 200 days.
Right.
So it's a win-win for everyone.
Right. So it sounds like the impact on the market and presentation when it gets out there, and return on money, right?
Well, I've been a general contractor my entire life, the home building business, so I can look at any paint, scheme, tile, cabinets, and tell you within 10% what it's going to cost to make it right. Mm-hmm. And that's our biggest issue today in real estate, is not – the market hasn't changed as much as people think. The homes have changed, and the agents haven't kept up with that. So buyers today, I don't care who they are, what they make, first-time buyer, their 10th home, they want what they see on HGTV.
Right.
So if you don't have that, you're already 10 steps behind.
Sure. So presentation. And so do you do new builds as well?
Yeah, we sell new homes. I've probably personally sold over 400 new homes valley-wide. Mm-hmm. Scattered builders back from the 1990s, from the old Continentals to every builder in town, scattered all over the valley. Mm-hmm. Still do them today. So it's a good part of our business.
So I guess I'll ask you what the, new builds, because there's a lot of buyers that'll just walk into like a model home without representation. Why is it important to have representation on a brand new build with a builder?
Well, that's a touchy subject for me. So representation to me is not watching a buyer fill out a contract that's non-negotiable. I'm representing my sister. I want to watch her fill out the contract. The builder's contract doesn't change. So representation for new build to me means that can you consult with a person on proper floor plan, line of sight, architectural issues, east-west, north-south. We always spend the entire day at Design Center with our clients. We consult with them, not against them, of what resale value looks like. And our team actually, since we've been general contractors, we offer a free courtesy stage inspection. So we go through the home at frame, prior to drywall, make sure ductwork, insulation, wiring, plumbing strapped. So we create a list for our clients, a free courtesy list, provide it to the builder, then we do the same thing at the final walkthrough. So to me, that is representation for new builds.
So just making sure construction is going is what it should be. And obviously you've been a general contractor for a long time, so you know what you're looking for. Have you ever ran into like issues where you're like, that shouldn't be that way in the new build?
On a typical new build, we'll have a punch list of 40 to 50 items at frame and up to 100 at final walkthrough.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and the 100 items are not, we don't pick, paint chips. These are items that are not installed properly, out of square, out of level, something that would cost the consumer $5,000 to $8,000 to replace later. We catch it up front, have the builder make the changes. So, valuable service.
And then I know you guys specialize in a certain area in the East Valley called Encanterra. Can you talk to us a little bit about that development?
Yeah, sure. So you've done probably 150 photo shoots out there, or several hundred probably. So we have a license agreement for a large builder that is building at Encanterra. We've been there for 10 years. So we have a unique situation. So we have a resale office in the model gallery. So we work hand in hand with the sales team. So when buyers come in, many thousands a year, they look at new builds and also get to able to look at resale with us as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you guys can represent people in that community on both new builds and on the resale side?
That's correct. Our main goal is resale only. So we've done 400 plus buyer and seller sides in the community alone. And then we do a lot of contingencies and work on the outside for people that need to move all over the valley that are moving into Encanterra.
So let's talk about marketing a property. What does it take to market a property properly? Because that's another thing that I noticed about you guys, how you guys do more than what is necessarily expected, right?
Yes.
I guess some people would just, let's just go in and take photos. It seems like you guys consistently do more than just photos. So what are those things, and how
that's
does
a hard
it help?
sell at the table, at the kitchen table.
Yeah.
Say, hey, to list with us, what do you want all these things done, right? But it's proven success. I think the marketing part today, the difference is that while I like to talk about new builds, you go back to 2003, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 when we built 300,000 homes in the valley. When there were people lined up for those, people went in and bought the basics and said, I'm going to fix it up later, right? That's the problem today, where there's so many homes that are 3,200 square feet with 30-inch oak cabinets, Formica, 12-inch tile, and that's a tough sell for any buyer in any demographic. So I think the resale issues today are related to the new build issues of 10 years ago.
Interesting. So what other things are you involved in real estate outside of your guys' team and what you guys have going on?
Well, you've been to Mexico with us, so
that's what I was going to say. I was like, is
Yeah.
Ben still doing VRBO? Yeah, like you do a
Yeah.
vacation rental, so
So
do you help clients in that realm of real estate as well?
Yeah, we do. I do a lot of consulting with people that are getting a vacation rental, especially in Encanterra. So that is really an expertise of mine on VRBO. I personally have 5 vacation rentals. We do a lot of stuff in Mexico. You went down there for a day, did a bunch of photos for
beautiful.
us. Yeah, beautiful day. So very involved with that. I think vacation rentals is the future. Is a great future, but it's also a scary future, like everything else, including maybe this industry and others.
Sure.
There's a lot of people that jump into it that don't know what they're doing, and I think they have a negative effect on the rental business and on vacation rental business.
Sure. So what is your outlook on the future of real estate marketing? Or not marketing, just the market in general?
As far as ups and downs and what's going on?
Yeah.
It seems like I did many hundreds of REOs back in the day, very familiar with that.
Yeah.
I think we're a little bit more protected from that nowadays. And I think that's why we have a limited supply of inventory. People locked into these government programs, 2% loans, and anyone that bought in the last 5 years that have a 3.7% rate, they're likely not moving because they got a payment so low they went out and bought the car and the truck and their boat, so they're locked into the house. I think it's impacted the market, but I think that's also going to protect the market if we have a downturn.
So I think there's some, I talked to some people, like some uncertainty, like I think people still have a bad taste in their mouth from what happened back in 2008, and they're thinking like, I'm going to wait to invest because I think it's going to happen again. You know what I'm saying? So do you see anything like that happening in the future based on what's going on right now in the market?
There may be some downturn. I don't have any feelings we're going back to where we came from.
Yeah.
It's like a good friend of mine, we were at a class last week, and it's, the best time to plant a tree was yesterday and today. So anyone usually then in 10 years from now, boy, I wish I would have bought back in 2019 when the market was X, right?
Yeah.
So, and there's just too many variations in the market that can change things. But to me, I think we're in good shape. You can judge that by the builders. We must have, 550 sets of models scattered in the valley. That, to me, is the bar. You need to keep an eye on that. When that depresses, everything else follows that as well.
Right. So are you talking about looking at new builds or just listings?
New builds, I think, is the key to the real estate market in general. Yeah. If they're building 16,000 homes, we have a resale issue. If they're building 64,000 homes, resale is up. Because a lot of those, we have a lot of people moving in. They're not all moving in. A lot of them are moving up. So as they go to the new build, and their home's for sale, and it's kind of a domino effect.
Yeah, so I was talking about somebody earlier today, and it seems like there's a lot of people moving in from out of state, maybe people from Chicago with pensions and stuff, and they're moving in. Are you seeing those kind of trends?
A lot of people we've seen from what they consider high tax states, getting out of that, outrageous property taxes in some areas. So I think we're seeing a lot of that. Mm-hmm. So they come here with cash and think that we're still giving homes away at $500,000. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of good for our business, and also some of these people actually come in. Very common in the community we work in a lot at Encanterra, people come in and overpay and don't even know it. They think they're getting a good deal because the listing agent said it was a good deal, but I still think they overpaid by $70,000.
Sure.
So that's hard to do when you don't know the community, right?
And I guess talk to us a little bit about the community of Encanterra, because it's very unique, right? You've been in there for a long time, and it's like an island. It feels like that to me because you're in like Queen Creek or Santan Valley. Then you turn in through the gated community of Encanterra. You're like, awesome golf course. They got like a clubhouse and pool and all.
Yeah, and it like used to be. I mean, years ago when I drove out to Johnson Ranch, I sold a home. I think it was a Shea home in 1994, and it's like no one's ever coming out here. This is insane, right? So it was like $74,900 the base price.
Yeah.
But where Encanterra sets, that's a whole different breed. There are, most people in the valley don't know this, our golf lots out there, the premiums are right around $315,000 for the lot alone. So the demographic is spectacular. It's also a 50,000 square foot clubhouse. It is probably the elite of the elite clubhouse facilities anywhere, if not the West Coast, in all the United States.
Yeah. And that's kind of what when I went there the first time, I was like, oh my gosh, this place is impressive. And you're giving me like a tour, showing me what the amenities and stuff. It's
and you can still get a phenomenal home there. You can get in that community for right at $300,000.
Really?
Yes, which is spectacular for a level of club like that. Mm-hmm. All the different pools and the bars and the restaurants and the workout facilities and the spas and everything.
So it's all designed to where you, in theory, you don't necessarily have to leave the community.
It's a country club.
Yeah.
Pretty nice.
That's awesome. So are you guys currently servicing the entire valley? What does your real estate business look like today?
Yes, we have no limits. I mean, I don't say no to anything. Yeah.
Ben goes to Mexico, Canada.
Yes.
No, I'm just kidding.
White Mountains, wherever. I've actually done consulting work up in Sun Valley, Idaho, and in California. I've had investors fly me around to consult with them and pay me per day for inspecting homes under construction. So we go all over the place. So really have no limits for what we do. So
talk to us a little bit about your team. I think you have some really hardworking agents on your team. I'm familiar.
Yes, we do.
With them. So
TJ, Kelly, Lacey, Collins, Michelle is our transaction coordinator. So TJ and Lacey primarily super, super phenomenal agents.
Yeah.
The top of the top. I call them the 1%. They're at the top of the 1%. So, and it helps to have people associated with you like that. They see my vision. They know how I am and what my expectations are. And they mirror that, which is great. So we're in that same process where I can step out for 3 days and they can take over, and the message is still going to be exactly the same to our clients about the expectations, how the listing needs to look, why, pricing structures. So team is the best I've ever had.
Awesome. So if somebody watching this is interested in having you guys represent them to buy or sell their home, how do people get a hold of you guys?
Well, there's a million ways. You can check out our Facebook page, of course.
Yeah.
Actually, ArizonaExperienceRealty.com, AZEXP.com. We have at Encanterra for Encanterra Brokers, encbrokers.com. So I'm available by cell phone, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., 7 days a week. That is all. So that phone number.
Don't text me at 3 a.m.
Yeah, 480-329-6309. But I think we provide one of the best services in the valley by far. I think the level of expertise that we provide, the staging, the consulting, especially on the new build side.
Sure.
And all these services are free when you use us, and most consumers don't understand that. There's people giving money back to use me. I just say find someone that's a true expert when you're building a $500,000 home, and we can make a big difference in that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Ben, for joining me on Real Estate
You're welcome.
Pros.
Thanks. Good to see you.
We got to have you on again in the future.
Yes, great.
We will see you guys on the next episode.